Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Unapologeticxpodcast. This is your girl Maya, and I have my guest co-host back with me today. Hey Quan,
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How was your weekend? How was Thanksgiving?
It was good. We ate a lot. I didn't get my chitlins like I wanted, but
Oh damn.
yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I ended up cooking just a small little meal. Just some ham, candy yams, green beans. What else did I make? Macaroni and cheese and stuffing, as most will call it dressing, but
I was gonna say, what is stuff?
it's dressing. Most people could like cornbread stuffing or dressing. Like it's all the same thing. It all tastes the same. But yeah. And that was pretty much it. We was just chilling really. Just
Yeah, we
staying low
did.
key.
Um, we did. What I do? Collard greens, macaroni and cheese. I did a ham, dressing with the gravy, and I did a turkey for the first time. And when I tell you, that turkey didn't even make it to Thanksgiving Day.
Mm.
Because I started cooking it the day before Thanksgiving. And yeah, once I got finished cooking it, yeah, me and the girls tore it up.
Damn.
Yeah, we tore it up. It was good.
I saw so many people with some juicy turkeys this year all over Instagram and TikTok. And I was like, damn, because anytime, like, when I was younger, I don't like big pieces of meat. Like, I don't like big rotisserie chickens, big chicken breasts. And I had a really bad experience with a turkey outside of it being dry.
Yeah,
But when
that
I
was my
saw,
issue.
yeah, so when I saw like the turkeys and it was showing like, just the juices, I was like, damn, that make me want a turkey. Like low key, I really want a turkey. And then a lot of people were like frying their turkeys.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I've never even had a fried turkey before, but I don't like turkey. So I'm just like, I don't want that. I don't care if it's fried.
I was gonna say, maybe you should try it, because what we did was I put like a lot of butter. Butter
Mm.
with some fresh what you call it? The fresh parsley and stuff like that.
Oh, like the
And
herbs.
yeah, the different type of herbs and stuff. And when I tell you, it's like, and you have to constantly, and I think that was one thing I kept doing. I kept basting the turkey
Oh,
to
yeah.
get more flavor to it. So I kept basting it, and woo, baby, it was literally like when you bite it, it was turkey, but it didn't really taste like turkey because it was
Man.
so juicy. Yeah, it was good.
That's good. I know some people gonna be mad at us talking about all this good food after Thanksgiving, but Christmas is coming up and so is New Year. So y'all gotta make sure y'all get your meals together and get it right. Get that turkey nice and juicy. Um,
Right.
and I just want to say thank you for everyone who has supported the podcast thus far. If you're listening on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, or whatever platform that you can listen to podcasts on, just make sure you follow on Instagram, Unapologeticxpodcast. And once again, thank you for the support. Now, we have a very interesting topic because go ahead, Quan. Just lead the way. Just lead the way into this.
Okay. So the question that I have
Hmm.
is, do you have a family member who feels like they are untouchable, that they are about that life, that they just been in the streets for their whole entire life and they just know the streets, period?
Hmm.
That's my question.
See, off of the off the top of my head, I cannot think of like a family member or so. I do know people who put on this facade as if, they are um, Action Jackson in the streets. And, sometimes you just gotta pull their card as
Oh,
cap.
yes.
Sometimes you just gotta play their card. I mean, pull their card. And then you have, like, I know it's so funny because not people that pretend to be about that life when they're really not, but I know people who have, I know a couple of people who grew up in suburban ass towns
Mm,
and had a very good upbringing and then decided to move to the hood just to be
yeah.
where the life is because they quote unquote thought it was lit. Now you
Mm-hmm.
have people who live in the hood who just accustomed to being in the hood. They're not trying to leave because they're comfortable, right? And the means of their
Right.
circumstances. But then you have
Mm-hmm.
people who live in the hood and they trying to get out the hood. You get what I'm saying? And it's like
Yeah.
as you evolve within, like as you evolve in life, you want more for yourself. So it's like, okay, you may not live in the hood, but you go back to the hood and, you may chill. But it's like, why would you want to do that and and compromise your freedom or put yourself in a situation to where, just because you still want to be relevant and be in the streets?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to surround yourself, and there's nothing wrong with going back and serving your community. But if you're just going back just to chill and to be on the block, that's like you're lame for that. Like that's not a flex. That's like lame. It's backwards, and you moving backwards. Now,
Yes.
and also, so in addition to that, it's like, damn, you left a suburban, like some, you had a like, why would you want to go to the hood? And then it's like people put themselves in situations just to be cool. Like you quit your job, you quit your 9 to 5 job, a good job, a third shift job, a first shift, whatever shift you work in. You you quit your job to sell drugs? Like,
Oh,
where they do that at?
right.
Where they do? How would you quit your job because you
Right.
don't want to be told what to do? And see, the problem is a lot of these black men, and I'm just gonna call it for what it is. They have a problem with authority. They don't want to be told what
Yes.
to do. Well, sir, what you do is you go to school. I'm not saying go to college, you gotta go to a 4 year. You go to trade school, you could learn a trade, you could
Yes.
do anything in this world. You could be an electrician, a plumber, you could have your own plumbing company, your own whatever company, right? And then you become
Mm-hmm.
your own boss and you have people working for you all because you decided to all that money you was getting. Now I'm all over the place because I'm passionate about this right here. Okay,
Go
let's
ahead.
just say you selling drugs. You selling drugs for a purpose, maybe to pay for you to go to school to get that certificate under your belt for trade school, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. That's a come up. You investing in yourself. You kind of putting, you taking a risk, right?
Mm-hmm.
You trying to do something better and flip your money. Now you got people who sell drugs just to catch a re-up and go to the strip club and flex like you got money, but you really broke. Like you really broke, my
Okay
dude.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, like back to what I was saying, a lot of black men have a problem with authority. And what they want to do is what they want to do and when they want to do it. So you mean to tell me the only time you can become your own boss is if you selling drugs? Nigga, you still gotta report to somebody. You still gotta get in contact with the connect unless you just got
Mm-hmm.
ties to the distro. unless you just
Right.
importing and then you risking drug trafficking charges. I mean,
Okay now.
let me know. What is the point of selling drugs and you not doing nothing to get out of that situation? You get what I'm saying? You selling
Oh, I
drugs
get
just
it.
to flex? You selling drugs just to be cool? You selling drugs because like, women like smoking too. Oh, she gonna hit me up and I'm gonna give her a deal and then
Mm-hmm.
we gonna end up chilling and
Mm-hmm.
like grow the fuck up. Like it's childish to me. If
When I
you're
tell
not
you,
pushing,
all
if
of this sound like my situation that I'm dealing with.
and what's that?
I have a family member, close family member, and granted, he do what he do, but everything is about the drugs for him. Everything is about the drugs, and you trying to get people who are doing something with their life to come and work for you. When no, that's not how. If someone is doing good with themselves, why would you try to bring them down to where you are at? So then this person, he gets upset, then he'll start talking about you, and next thing you know, he throwing the kids.
Mm,
Now the kids, for me, is a trigger because, mind you, he has beautiful kids,
mm-hmm.
beautiful kids. He has some beautiful kids, but when you on Facebook thugging, flexing money, flexing your drugs, doing all of that type of stuff,
You asking to get
and
caught.
then you asking, but then on top of that, you telling people that they're not street smart. No, you're not street smart because if you were street smart, you wouldn't post your drugs on Facebook. You wouldn't post all this money on Facebook. You posting signs for the DA to come look at you or for the police to come look at you. That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You giving these people a reason to look at you. Why would you want to put yourself in that type of situation? Now, this is my thing. A person who sell drugs and knows what they're doing, you ain't gonna see them flashing all their money and stuff on Facebook or Instagram. You're not gonna see that.
Mm-hmm.
But this person is so materialistic that it's all about the material stuff and who he know. And
Mm-hmm.
I done told him, like, these celebrity friends that you think you got, they're not your friend.
Mm-mm.
They're not your friend. Now, granted, he grew up on the same street with this rapper, but he don't know you. He ain't gonna get you out of jail because he got kids himself. So you think he gonna get you out of jail?
Mm-mm.
No, it's not gonna happen. But then get this, he's also sickly.
Mm.
So you're already fighting a disease. You're getting the pills from the doctor. You're selling the pills that you're getting instead of taking care of yourself. You're selling the pills that you're getting, and then on top of that, you take that, and then you go get you some money for your marijuana, and you selling that. But then you riding around town, flexing it all over Facebook, and it's like you setting yourself up to be robbed. Everybody don't need to know a real person that sell drugs the right way.
Mm-hmm.
They don't tell their business.
Sure don't.
Everybody don't need to know your business. Everybody don't need to know where you hanging out at. But yet you still do it. But then you trying to bring in other folks' kids who literally has a life and something going for themselves. Don't try to bring in other folks' kids. Like, don't do that. But then had the nerve to tell me that he wanted to know what size my kids wear because the shoes my son was wearing ain't gonna cut it.
What?
They Paw Patrol shoes.
And just for the audience, how old is your son?
He is 4.
Mm.
He is 4. I have I have 2 boys, 2 girls. Um, 4-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old.
Hmm.
These are the kids that he's talking about. Who shoes are not like my son is 4. He's a big Paw Patrol fan.
Right.
But mind you, you also called my son retarded.
Mm.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And my son is autistic. Just
See,
because he's autistic don't mean he's retarded.
it
Because my
sure
son is
doesn't.
very smart. He's very
Hmm.
smart. Very smart. So when you do stuff like that, it only, and he knows it triggers me. He knows it.
Yeah, people
I
will try
told him.
you with your kids.
Yeah. Yes. When I say, when you said that about my son's shoe, well, my kid's shoes. You said that about the shoes. Then you turn around and call him retarded. I'm coming for you. Like, you don't do that. They're kids. You don't do that. And when I say close relative, you are don't know my kids now. Do not know my kids, have never seen my kids. But we are close relatives. And you do stuff like this.
I think the
Like,
worst thing for anyone to do, whether they have kids or they don't have kids, two things that, and it may be more, but two things for me: don't talk about my parenting. That's number
mm-hmm.
one, and don't talk about my kids. You get what I'm saying? That's two things that's
Yeah.
off limits because, and what people will do is when you have kids or when they know that anybody that's close to you, they're gonna try to go after that person the most. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like kids is off limits, off rip. And it's
That's
like
all.
once you bring my kids into it, you won't smoke.
That's
That's
it.
pretty much what you're telling me. Like you're telling me that you're about that life enough to come to me as a mother and talk about
Yeah.
my kids. So that
You
means
bold.
you real bold. On me, and you run up, you get done up. Period.
That's it. That's it. That is it. That's all I'm saying. Like, be mindful of the stuff you say. But the thing is, with this family member, he done got into it with just about everybody in the family. Everybody. And so nobody really has anything to do with him,
Hmm.
but he just does it for attention. He's an
Well,
attention seeker. He loves attention. So, like, he will literally he'll find, like, mind you, I have not talked to this boy in years. Years. I haven't talked to him. So when you start coming for me, like, that's when I got a problem because you just pick a day to he does this so often to other people in the family
hmm.
that at this point, I told my dad, it's like, I'm just tired. Everybody else done let him got away with it. I'm not that one. He'll end up locked up playing with me about my kids,
Hmm.
especially my son.
and
You'll end
and
up locked up.
and that's what people, when it comes to family, what family try to do. I don't care who you are to me. You get what I'm saying? You're gonna respect
Yeah.
me like I will respect you. I have no problem not speaking to you. I have no problem. I'm not kissing your ass. I'm not doing any of that. And you just
Mm-hmm.
have, sometimes family make exceptions for another family member. Well, they going through this, and they dealing with this, and this how
Mm-hmm.
this person is, and this just happened to them, and this person. I don't give a fuck because just because they going through what they going through out, openly doesn't mean that I'm not going through something silently.
Okay.
And the
Yep.
day that you come to me with some bullshit, it may be that day for me to just snap on you. Like, why are you? I don't care. And if
Mm-hmm.
it's like, don't take your frustrations out on me. Don't pick an argument with me just because you mad with everybody else or you mad with your sister or your brother or your mama,
Mm-hmm.
your daddy. Don't take that out on me because I don't have anything to do with that. Now, if you would like to come to me and say, hey, I got, I'm upset. I need someone to talk to right now. I'm upset right now. Um, or whatever. You know what I mean? You come to me,
Mm-hmm.
talk to me. Let me know what's going on. But when people start making excuses for
Yep.
people's behaviors, it's unacceptable. I'm not tolerating that. We know someone
Mm-hmm.
real, kind of close that was so nasty. And it's like, why are you so nasty? Why are you so mean? Why
Yes.
are you so wicked at the tongue? How could you just be so unfiltered?
Yep.
And then you have the other person, the scam, saying, well, that's just how she is, and she's sick, and
Mm-hmm.
she's going through treatment. And
No
listen,
excuse.
that does not give you an excuse to be an asshole or to be a bitch or to be rude or cruel towards me. Because
Okay.
I done been through something. I done been through shit. I'm currently going through shit. We all have shit going on. And I don't take it out just um because I don't take it out on anybody just because I'm upset or because I'm hurting or because I'm in pain. If anything, I'm just going to distance myself or I'm going to go talk to
Right.
someone where I feel comfortable and I know they can get my mind up off of what I'm frustrated about. But just because you're going through something doesn't give you the right um to be mean
Mm-hmm.
towards everyone else. And that's
But
just
what's
that.
crazy is that this person was not even raised like this. That's what's crazy. You wasn't raised like that. So why you trying to act like you a dope boy, street boy? You ain't about that life. You wasn't raised like that. So don't sit here and act like you was raised that way because you wasn't.
Mhm.
Like, me and you come from two different sides of the track. You know, I'm the one that you can't do that to. Cause I'll get you. And so what made him do this? Like, what made him do this again? I'll say again. What made you do this again? I don't know. Because if I was closer to you, I've been pulled up on you.
Mhm.
I'm just too far away. I can't get to you. So you go posting stuff on Facebook. Keep your business out Facebook. You go posting stuff on Facebook, calling me all type of broke this and broke that. I may be broke, but the world don't know I'm broke. Don't sit here and because the money that you got is the money from the pills that you getting from your illness. The way you re-upping on your on your drugs is through them pills that you selling from your doctor because of your disease. So
Mm.
you get that money and then you turn around and you buy you some marijuana and you selling that too. But then have the nerve to say, well, if I get caught, I can get right on out of jail because they don't did it before. That's not how that work, baby.
Mm-mm.
You go to jail for a drug charge, your butt gonna sit behind them bars for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna get right on out. You not about that life, so stop trying to act like you a street nigga. Stop trying to act like that. Cause you're
Pretty
not.
much. Pretty much.
You're not street. You not about that life. You wasn't raised like that. So stop trying to act like you about that life. Cause you done tried me once before and I told you butt up. Now you try me again, but I got kids this time, so I'm trying to be same for my kids. But you know how to trigger me because you constantly talk about my kids. And what's crazy is that every time he do this, he come for the kids, but then we never talk about his.
Mm.
We never talk about his kids. We never because they don't have anything to do with what you got going on.
Exactly.
They don't have nothing to do with that. So why would I bring them up?
And the sad part about it is no matter how someone is raised, they still want to choose to do what they want to do at the end of the day. Whether you grew up in an environment where you seen people selling drugs or you seen people using alcohol or using drugs or whatever the case may be, people are going to, people are going to grow up to do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
For
That is
instance,
true.
with T.I. and his son King, that
Mm-hmm.
whole situation right there is just crazy. I'm just going to play the clip and then we can talk about it on the other side.
Okay.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face? Period. No, that's not the goal. All right, then. So, man, go. Or in your ear. I don't know what you're talking about. I had some in the neighborhood with me that woke up with roach in their face. Roach in your ear? Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said it, he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life. Nigga, you did. Just being sick. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You over here flagging. You're capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. You capping. I know. I know you. You capping. I know you. I know you. I know you though. 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 I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. Man, what is you talking about?
Get off me, man, get off me,
Well, you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do with me.
Yeah, that is crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he was just talking like those wasn't his parents.
And that's the thing. Like, you saying you didn't grow up with the silver spoon in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But baby, the world watched you grow up.
Pretty
We watched
much.
you.
Exactly.
So you can't say that you didn't grow up with the silver spoon in your mouth, because you did. And then you getting upset because your mama and your daddy calling you out on your lies. Why get upset about it? I mean, you was like, okay, you was like your past 5 till you were 12. You was running to your grandmama's house just to do that. But yet, you ain't about that life. You know you don't stand on your business, but you ain't bigger than a minute. What business you standing on? Cause it ain't your rap career. You
You
standing on
know,
your daddy's business.
hmm and what I cannot grasp as of yet is, where is the animosity really coming from? Like, why is he so upset with his parents? Why can't he see that what his parents, you know what I mean?
I get it. And I'm gonna tell you why. He wants to be so much like his dad that he's willing to do whatever he can to be just like his dad was. But your dad was smart with his shit. Excuse my language. Your dad was smart with his. Yes, he ended up doing time. But he was smart with it because, yeah, you out here, y'all, everything is so public.
Mm-hmm.
T.I. was not, you didn't see T.I. And granted, they didn't have did they have Facebook during that time when T.I. came out? Or I think they had Black something. I can't even remember the name of
Black
it.
Planet or like MySpace,
They,
but the social media
yeah,
nowadays is
they had that
different.
totally different. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but you didn't see T.I. on Black Planet and on MySpace flexing, and you didn't see all of that. You didn't see that. But the way, and what was the thought of you going live on Facebook? Cause you thought you was embarrassing your parents. Baby, you only embarrassed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You embarrassed yourself doing that. You not about that life. You're not a street nigga. You not street. You not from Bankhead. You from the suburbs.
Mm-hmm. And
Like,
and it just goes back to it just goes back to why you want to be from the hood so bad. What street credibility do you really need? What validation do you need? You are T.I. and Tiny's
Mm-hmm.
son. You are their child. You are part of the legacy. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What
Yep.
other validation do you need? And if you wanted to become successful, if you wanted to do whatever within your career, guess what? Off top, whether you use your mama and your daddy name, they're gonna know who you are because we watched you grow up. You get what I'm saying? And then the
Right.
part that just baffles me is you want somebody to put you on. We are in a generation, we are in a time
Mm-hmm.
where there is so much social media where you could just you could go viral by doing something so simple. How about you take your craft and you make a viral reel or something and get noticed like that. You got your
Right.
dad who he has connections within the music industry. Whether you want to go through him or not, put yourself on. You get recognized outside of your parents if that's what you choose to do. But you being mad because I don't even know. I don't even know why he's mad. Like,
I'm
yo,
telling you, he was upset because he want the respect that his dad has.
he
But you
can't.
have to, that respect, you got to earn that.
Okay. He want the street respect.
That's
What
what he
he
want.
what he is failing to realize is you are not made for the streets. Your
Mm-mm.
parents, your father has changed his life in a positive way so his kids don't got to grow up like
Mm-hmm.
that. He put himself in a position to whenever he had kids or when his kids were still young to make sure they don't want for nothing, to make sure they don't have
Nothing.
to grow up the way he grew up. Now, granted, the way he grew up made him who he is,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't have to go through that struggle, why the fuck would you want to go through it?
Why?
Why would you want to go through it?
Why? Because that's a struggle. Like,
That's
that's
it.
a struggle that you don't want to go through.
He
That is a
wouldn't.
struggle
He wouldn't
he wants to
even.
survive.
He would not even be able to handle that struggle. You cannot put that little boy in the jungle. He ain't gonna be leading no pack. He gonna be calling on his daddy and his mama.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he gonna be doing. And it's unfortunate because it's like we did everything that we could with you. Now you opening the door for someone else to come at King is opening the door for someone else to call him out on his shit. He's opening the
Yep.
door for someone to come at him. And he's so rah-rah with the mouth, you gonna put your daddy in a situation just to help you out.
Yep.
You gonna put
That's
your
why he had
daddy
to
in a
put you in that
situ
chokehold.
but what I'm saying is you gonna put your daddy in a situation to where either he gotta protect you or he gotta turn his back against you and let you fend for your
Figure it
own.
out. Yep.
You put him in a position that no parent wants to be in because we all want to protect our kids at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. But if you coming at me disrespecting me, and then you opening the door for someone else to disrespect you or to come at you or diss you or jump you, me as your father, as a convicted felon, as an entrepreneur, as an icon, you putting me in a situation because if someone come at you, I gotta protect you as my child. Or
Mm-hmm.
or well, I did all I could do with him, and he turned his back on you.
Yep.
And then you out there by yourself. Or then you're going to be calling him out. My dad ain't come and help me. My dad ain't do this. You're going to be mad. That little boy going to find any reason to be mad at his parents, no matter if they do right or they do wrong. And that, and,
That
and
is
that's the,
absolutely true.
that's
That is
the
true.
biggest fear. That's the biggest fear as a parent.
Yeah, that I totally, when I say I totally agree with that, I totally agree with that because I mean, don't put me in a situation to where like I'm constantly protecting you, but at some point, I can't. When the thing is that I was looking at another video. Somebody posted another video of him when they were on an episode of the T.I. and Tiny show, and it was I think it was T.I.'s sister, Candy mom, and I think it was something not Candy, sorry, T.I.'s sister, T T.I. no. T.I.'s sister, Tiny's mom, and it was Tiny, and they were all fussing at him. But he's been wanting that. That's what I'm trying to get to. He's been wanting that. And you don't, that type of attention, like I think he actually dropped out of high school for a rap career that has gone nowhere.
He dropped
And
out
that's
of high school.
Yeah, that's what that video, like that video, I'm gonna see if I can find it. But the video was his grandmama, his auntie, and his mom were all fussing at him like, you can't drop out of high school. No, you're not dropping out of school for a rap career. You need something and that's what they were telling him. And T.I. was like, look, leave him alone. If he wanna drop out of high school, let him find his own. Let him do it.
So
Let him find his own. But when he do, he'll realize where he done messed up at.
You ain't put in enough work yet.
I need my career to start now because if it don't start now, then I'm gonna be rushing to get it later.
You don't say when it's time for your career to start.
Baby. No,
You ain't put in the work.
You don't know.
You a child.
But there's childs out there making more money than me.
Children. See, that's why you need to be in school.
what is so funny to me is how successful do you think you're going to become in life without finishing high school? Granted, you go get your GED. But
Mm-hmm.
if you dropped out of high school to pursue a career as a rapper and you have no degree, I mean, you don't have any deals on the table. You don't have any potential labels hitting you up. You dropped out of school to chase a dream with no goal. I mean, with no no plan, nothing.
Nothing. You
Nothing.
you dropping out of school to pursue a career off your parents. Cause that's all people know. People only know you because you're T.I. and Tiny son. If you weren't T.I. and Tiny son, just know it'd be harder for you to get that rap career started.
Mm-hmm.
But even at this point, I still have not heard any of his music.
Me either. I heard Tiny's oldest daughter, Zanique. I heard her music. I never heard Young King's music. But
Yeah, I've never heard his music. I haven't. But like you said, with him, he always put them in a situation where they have to come to his defense. He always do that. It's been other videos over the past at least 2 or 3 years because of that situation in the Waffle House. Don't know if you remember that.
mm-hmm.
But they always have to come to his defense.
And it's
And
not fair.
it's not. It's
because
not.
you putting your father in a position to really do somebody bad.
Mm-hmm.
If they come at you, you really put him in a situation and he don't understand the sacrifice a parent is willing to go for their children.
Yep.
And
That's the thing.
and that's just the moral of the story. You keep my kid's name out your mouth. You don't talk about my kids. And as a parent to my children, don't put me in a position to where I may go to jail protecting you because you want to be ignorant and you don't want to listen. You don't want to take heed. So now I got to teach you a lesson.
Now I have
And
to.
no
Yep.
parent wants to turn their back on their child, but then again, I don't want to put myself in a position to where I have to go to jail because of something that you did and I'm in jail and you still doing the shit that I just went to jail for.
I'm just saying. I'm just,
So
that's
what
it
was the
right
point?
there.
What was the point of me trying to protect you?
That's all. That's
Sacrifice.
all I say. Because I've been fighting this battle with my son. Like granted, he's only 4, but if you instill it in them when they're young, as they get older, they'll start to understand that, certain stuff you just can't do. Because my son just told me the other day he was gonna call the police on me and have me locked up.
Mm-mm.
So when you do that, you make sure that I don't get out, because when I do, I'm going right back. But see, with King and his situation, T.I. is trying to teach him from a man's standpoint, which is understanding. Tiny is trying to teach him from a woman's standpoint. Don't no woman want no broke man. And I ain't gonna even say that. Don't no woman want no man who's not educated and that is doing
Exactly.
absolutely nothing with their life.
Mm-hmm.
You dropped out of high school because you wanted to pursue this rap career. And we're looking at, this is when they had that show. And this was some years ago. So now you don't dropped out of high school. Now you have nothing to fall back on because your rap career is not moving. And your mom was trying to tell you, look, you dropping out of high school for the wrong reason. You dropping out of school for the wrong reason. But your dad is teaching you, know what? Let him be a man. Let him be a man. Let him do it. Leave him alone. Let him do it. Because at the end of the day, he ain't gonna do what he want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So let him do it. But when he do it, just know he gonna come crawling back.
He
Because
sure is.
he gonna need you in the end. He gonna need you before you need him.
And that's just the moral of the story. You gonna need me before I need you. Especially when I'm
Yeah.
trying to teach you the right way. Do it
I
like
think more so
my father always said, do as I say and not as I do. Us, we have to
mm-hmm.
lead, we have to be the example for our kids. And what he is failing to understand is that he is a black man, a young black man in America, in the South. They don't care
Right.
who you are. A celebrity,
Mm-hmm.
an influencer, whoever. If they want to take you out, they're gonna take you out.
And this is the thing too, it's like when you do stuff like that, just know that type of stuff puts you more on the police radar because
Mhm.
you're looked at as a troubled child.
Mhm.
So that puts you more on the radar for the police to look at you. Like, stop giving the government what they want.
Mhm.
We, as a black woman, as black people, we already have this stigmatism against us. We'll never be nothing to them, to the government. They
Mhm.
want us to depend on them. They want our kids to, because the more kids they get in the jail, the more money they get.
Mhm.
So once King get himself put into a situation to where he locked up, now you locked up, so now you just gave the government more money.
Mhm. And
And
I said this before. Um, Nobody cares, and it's unfortunate. It's so sad, but no one cares about Black lives.
mm-mm,
When as a population, we don't even give a damn for real.
I'm trying to
Not to
tell
say
you.
as individuals, but as a whole, if we can't even take care of one another and be there for each other and stop killing each other on the streets, how do
Yes.
you expect the police or the government to give a fuck about us if we don't even give a fuck? You
Yep.
have even even when it comes down to even when it comes down to Americans, the government don't even give a fuck about Americans. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother conversation because it's a lot going on within that. But
Mm-hmm.
as a black woman who's raising black children, we have to be
Mm-hmm.
mindful to teach our kids the right way. And we have to start caring about each other and taking care of ourselves because America don't give a fuck about Americans, and they damn sure don't give a fuck about us as a black population. So we got to take care of each other first. We gotta support one another, and we have to be there for one another, and we have to instill these values
Yes, we
and
do.
purposes into our children, and even to the teenage black men, or even a black man that's in his 30s who he just needs some guidance. We have to
Yeah.
be there for one another and empower each other to do more than standing on the block to get money, to hustle backwards, to get yourself out of a situation. Put yourself in a situation when you really didn't have to. You was on a straight and narrow. You had a job and you quit your job to sell drugs. You doing something wrong. You hustling backwards. Kids dropping out of school to chase a rap career with no deals on the table. You doing it wrong. You're doing it the wrong way. Finish school. If you drop out of high school, go back and get your GED. Go to trade school. Something new. You got the coal mines. You can work. That's a good ass job. You get the training in that. You go ahead and make some good money. You go ahead and maybe you want to be a a plumber, an engineer, a mechanic. Have your own shop and
Yeah.
make money. Sell tools. Be a handyman. Do something. If you don't want to go to a 4-year college, or you just don't want to sit in the classroom, you go to online school or you go to trade school. But do something outside
Do
of
something.
chasing a rap career with no deals on the table. And stop leaning on people to put you on. People gonna put you in a position, but they're not gonna guide you the whole way. You gotta learn on your own. You have to be able to stand on your 2, on 10, figure it out the rest of the way. Because I can only get you so far.
I'm trying to tell you.
We can't do everything for everybody. I can put you in a position to where you need to be. Now it's up to you whether or not you're gonna keep moving forward or you're gonna steer left.
Okay then.
And that's just that. So, let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on YouTube, Unapologetic Podcast. You can send any topic suggestions as well as any advice that you may need from me and Quan to unapologeticpodcast, the number 2 at gmail.com.